Hello guys and welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Today I'm bringing you 3 replays. The first one is in the E25. Not a tank I've played recently, so it's nice to go out in it after a long break and have such a good game in it. Obviously E25 pretty quick. Very obviously not top tier here. We've got a lot of mainly tier 8s. Super fast reload, quite accurate, pretty decent pen, good camo, negatives, no armor, and turretless. So obviously you got the new normal problems with a turretless TD is obviously things get around you. You're pretty screwed, but luckily, obviously, like I said, let me go first. My tank is crap. Guy wow, yeah, dies straight away by suicide. Not a good start. We're just trying to spot things up here because we're ahead of the pack here because we're just so quick, and we've got to do well on this flank, quite frankly, because the other, the majority of the map is now completely free of our tanks, which means probably we'll usually lose this game in that situation, but we'll see. We're going to try to keep him tracked. He's taken care of. Luckily, a good portion of the enemy team has come this way, and our team was seen to be in position before they got into position themselves. So we got a good old number of shots, but we can see there's TDs sitting in the back there, and they're heavy. Not a good idea. Just coming up sideways on here. Luckily, we're bouncing for him. But we put in the old APCR just to make sure we track him in place and just keep firing away. And we finish him off, so that's a tier 10 heavy finished off there. And we've got almost 2,000 assisted damage already in the game. So we've already had a very decent game. But it's obviously not the end of the game. Bit worried that he was actually trying to spot me out there. We'd take out that guy as well. We'd only put in a couple of shots, so we didn't get a massive amount of damage off. And yeah, they didn't really do very well. We swapped to APCR, managed to get one shot into him, but not good enough really. And the enemy team have not really used their advantage to roll us over. Yeah, just not sure what they're really thinking here. They're just sitting side here. And I've got another tier 8 kill there. Bouncing because he's on a very good angle there, but then he turns and lets us track him in place, keep him track in place. We go, of course, that doesn't really work these days with such short repairs. We're just trying to take out the cover there, but it's not really working. That's not really a cover, but they have pulled the game back a little bit there, guys. They have cleared the AB line of our tanks, and our tanks are not in the best position here. So the enemy could pull this back. And there's that tier 8 IS6. Not really giving enough. We're doing what we should be doing here. Not penning. Obviously, it's not the best thing. But we're just sitting here doing a TD's job. Unfortunately, we didn't finish that guy. We were very close to finishing him off. And we have now got the advantage by quite a bit. So I'm going to go back here and spot up these TDs. As you can see, we do spot, or someone else spots them up, but we're pretty damn close to them. We're just waiting for the and then we see the tier 8 there, and we dodge a bullet, dodge his shell there, so that's very nice. We're being aimed at again by whatever's back there, the IS-6 still maybe. And of course, just get out of the way, you know. We can afford to take a hit, right? So we've got full health still. We are up against tier 8, so we've got to be very careful. And then I realised we can get shot from there, and we do. Because why not try to take me out rather than the other guy that's right next to me, who's easily could easily be taken out by his one shot. Well, we use our speed to get out of his gun line, because it looks like he's pretty determined to kill us. And that means we're on pretty much the same damage as we are on assisted. So we're having a very good game. And we're going to try to cut behind this guy, because he's going to be concentrating on the guys in front of him. And then we just pumping these bullets out now. Just trying to beat his reload, and we do, because they're so fast, that reload speed. And again, he's definitely aiming, wanting us, but far too slow. We try to hit him on the move there. Just obviously not going to pen with normal rounds. We're going to go for the artillery. We're unspotted. We get another kill. We get over 2,000 assisted and almost 2,000 of our own damage. We're just not going to get up there. Unfortunately, we are pretty fast, but we're not going to get up there in time for that last shot on that guy, because he's pretty low health. We stick in the APCR anyway, just in case, because you never know. He might drive down towards us. And there you go. That was a very decent game. A fun game as well. It all kind of worked out for me. And yeah, the team got 5 kills there as well, so that's a very nice score. And first class, guys, because this is a very hard tank to master. Get a mastery on, because it's just so good. And there you go, guys. I'll see you in the next match. Right, in the next match, we are in the Senlak, which is Becky Lynch, I believe, unskinned version. I obviously do not want to get the skinned version, because it looks pretty horrific. I mean, it's not the nicest looking tank anyway, this thing. And it's also not the best light, but I actually quite enjoy it. Its reload is pretty insane, especially when you switch to some of your premium ammo. Although it does very little damage, it can just pump out shots and really scare some people as well. There's 2 artillery in the game. We've got to be careful. We put a shot out. We're just a little bit worried that he's going to try to push me there, because I put a shot into him and he'd be a bit annoyed, and he would do the silly thing and just push right out. And this guy kind of puts me off course. My ally there bumps me in a little bit, and I'm just change direction. Make myself a little bit unpredictable. There's a lot of TDs back there. I really probably would have done better to try to spot for the 1-2 line, to be honest, with all these TDs there. And that's what I'm kind of do. Although we have to be very careful of these light tanks. We put a lovely shot into him. We change our direction. We're going to just try to be unpredictable. We're going to ram him if we can, because he's tiny, and we really want to be able to take out the enemy lights, especially these bloody vanguards. They are such a pain in the ass. And again, this guy comes in. We've got 2 light tanks versus 2 here. And yeah, we're just kind of try to put another shot in. We do, not the best result. As in, we only put in 2. We put 2 shots into him for none on the receiving end. So we did okay, but we would have liked to have taken them out before the end there. So they have gotten away, and we are only killed 1 enemy tank on our team so far, and I've just got over 1,000 combined, really, which is not bad. But we're going to put a shot into this M103. Magically managed to pen the guy as well, and then set him on fire. He's got to be pretty cross about that. a light tank penning him and setting him on fire. We managed to land at this shot. We're gonna. I think that artillery shot came in not too far away. We're going to try to finish off this one M103. He's a very dangerous tank. Since the recent buffs, I mean, it was already a decent tank. To be honest, we get spotted, so we just get out of dodge because the M103 might be aiming over here for the guy that set him on fire, so get some vengeance. So we're just going to dip and dive and dodge and get out of there. Yeah, so the M103 was a very decent heavy before. A lot better now that it's had its buffs. It can bounce a lot of shots. You do have to be very careful with that thing, especially when you're a light tank like myself, when you cannot take many hits. The enemy team is completely collapsed, right? So we're going to just try to get some damage off before the end of the game. Really, this is what we're going to be a bit more daring, a bit more risky, and the enemy team seems to be pretty much held up on the 1-2 line, which is a quite defensible area, but when you've got enemies coming from both flanks, it's just a matter of time before they lose, and this is what I mean by you shouldn't all go one way. And you need to push. So we're going to concentrate on this guy. We are really in the forefront here. We are enemy number one here. We are going to take a massive hit here. Unfortunately, we've put in a couple of rounds into these guys, but we're not doing too much. We're just trying to dodge the incoming fire because, unfortunately, we just presumed our team would be just rushing in, trying to get as much damage as possible, but they're not really. They're not really. Just kind of left me out in the open there, taking all the incoming fire, really, so that's a bit annoying. But we are getting a lot of spotted assisted here, because they're obviously trying to push over and finish me off. And then we got this guy again. We're just going to go in with the APCR. We are struggling to pen this guy, but we pen a shot, we set him on fire and finally kill the guy, and again we're just kind of risking it for a biscuit, right? You want to get in this extra damage before the end of the game, and extra kills if you can. We're just going to push over this guy and he's going to get shot. We're going to unfortunately miss that killing shot there, and there's just one guy left, and we're just going to push in, try to get in behind. But unfortunately, he's not going to let us get in behind, which is fair enough. I would have done the same. And this Yazzie is trying to block my shots there as well, so that's nice. So we almost get 3,000 spotting assist, and we almost get 3,000 of our own damage. So we get about 5,000 plus there, and we get first class. So people are having great games in this thing. But some people don't rate it. I actually quite enjoy this tank. So yeah, definitely. If you like a fun light tank, yeah, go for this one if you can. Obviously not the Becky Lynch version because it's awful looking. But there you go. Anyway, see you in the next match, guys. All right, last match. Not as good as the other two, I would say, but I've recently got this tank out of a key card that I got for free. Well, not free, from the season pass, and I opened it up and I was like, oh, okay, nice. Not a tank I would probably, unless it was on sale for personal offer, I probably would not get this myself, but you know, it's a free tank, it's a free tank, right? So I have been using it a little bit and I have been fairly enjoying it. Slow turretless TD, got decent armor, packs quite a wallop. Reload's not too bad either, considering you would think this would be a massive gun with a long reload, but it's not quite as big a gun as that. And like I said, not the massive amount of long reload either. Ammo's a little bit stingy, to be honest. I put in quite a bit of HE rounds, or HESH, or whatever this thing has, simply because I thought it had a bigger gun than it actually does. So I might reduce that a little bit and put in a bit more premium. And there you go, bounced off the tier 9. So we are in a tier 9 game, guys. Just looking for some shots right now. We're worried about pushing, and we actually go through the wall and actually hit him there, and then we see some guys are pushing across the center there. A little bit concerned. There's no artillery, so that's why I'm being a little bit more aggressive than I. Of course, bounced off a Panther. You know, of course. Just waiting for him, seeing if he would pull back into my gun sight, and thought he was going to there, but actually he didn't. He pushed forward again, but obviously trying to get a bit of revenge there, really, because I shouldn't have bounced that shot. Didn't fully aim in, but managed to hit that IS-6 side on. Very nice of him to just sit there. Bounce the next shot, of course. So now that Panther is coming out again. Of course, just hit his track, guys. Awesome, and no one really shoots him. And this guy's just coming out again. Another tracking shot and no actual damage. Not impressed. So we switch to the heat. We want to finish this guy off. And of course, do not... it gets absorbed into his tracks. Which is very, very nice, of course. So not having the best start so far. But we're getting quite a lot of assisted, because we have actually tracked people, and I've actually had some people shoot them. So, you know, we're having decent game when it comes to assisted. Just not actually hitting our own shots at the moment. And this is to do with all the new buffs on heavy tanks and stuff, which I would say, yes, some of them definitely kind of needed it. But maybe they needed to nerf. We tried to destroy some walls there, so we could actually get a shot off at someone. Maybe nerf the what I meant is maybe nerf the light tanks a little bit, because that's the real problem. I'm hoping this guy's going to push up. Again, this is that guy we've actually hit a fair few times. The side. Missed that shot. Again. Seeing if we can finish this guy off. And we do. Okay. But a little bit of payback there. He didn't have much health left. But it was nice to hit him for that amount of health. And finish him off. So we are kind of winning, but not dramatically here. We're just 2 ahead, and there is, and it all boils down to what tier tanks are left on the enemy and what tier tanks are on Mars and how good they are. And again, kind of rushed that shot, and not very good of me there, and just hopefully waiting for him to pull forwards. Someone is aiming at me, but I've no idea who. Pull back enough. And just coaxing him down, and then we hit him, and again another tracking shot. That's 3 tracking shots in this game. Very annoying. Could have had a lot better game if those tracking shots were actually penning and tracking shots. But there you go. You can't win them all, right? So yeah, I'm just kind of showcasing my new tank, really. I've had some decent games in it. Put a big old hit into that. Was it Dreadnought? We're finally going to finish this guy off. Finally finished him off. And we're waiting for that Dreadnought to show himself, either reversing or pulling forwards. He hasn't got much choice there. He managed to kill someone there. And we hit him and finish him off. Which I feel kind of bad about, because he was in a tough position there. He couldn't really do anything right or wrong there. He had someone coming at him by the front. and we hit him in the side there as well. So again, all kind of turned around. We weren't having such a good game, but now we've just suddenly got 3,000 combined damage, just over, and killed a lovely tier 9. Got a revenge on that tier 8 Panther. Tier 7, sorry. Anyway, we're pushing forward now to try to get the last bit of damage. Don't know where this last tank is. We've got this guy there. We've got 2D TDs in the middle of the map. Not sure what they're trying to do. And we're going to just support this guy. And I'm guessing the medium might be up on near the flag and could possibly be putting side shots into us. So we do have to be a little bit careful, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. Mainly, I'm worried about getting tracked and losing out on damage, but because there's not much of a game left. But that guy gets taken care of. We put a nice shot into him. We're going to try a ram, mainly just to track him in place. But there we go. About 3,700, 700, 800 there. So that's a decent game. Quite enjoy this tank. Mainly because it's a shorter reload than you actually think. Anyway, there you go. 4 kills as well. First class, so not a bad game after all. But there you go. Anyway, thanks. Please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. Anyway, bye guys.